Hi everybody, how are you doing? Today I'm just going to go over a few basic knit and crochet techniques. For knit and crochet, we always start with our slip knot. And the slip knot, people do it anyway, different ways. I just do this. See how that's like that, and just stick it through. That's it. A little slip knot, and that's going to be for knitting and crocheting. With crocheting, we do not count that first stitch. So say your pattern calls for, we'll go 10. With crocheting, you just put your hook through and pull it through the loop. Put your hook through, pull it through the loop. That's all you're doing with crochet. Just keep pulling it through that loop. That's a chain, okay? For single crochet, usually patterns have you start from the second hook, the second stitch. This is the first, this is the second. Most patterns call for that. You just stick your hook in that chain, pull it up. Now you have 2 loops. Grab your yarn and pull through both. Go in the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull it through. You have 2 loops. Grab your yarn and pull it through. And that's a single crochet. In UK terms, that would be a double crochet. Pull it through. So I am using US terms, that's a single crochet. Now, like I'm saying, you got to go by the pattern that you're going through. If you're a beginner, I suggest just making chains. Just keep making chains because you got to get your tension just right. You don't want it too loose or too tight. Because this is a 6 millimeter, which means this part of the hook is your gauge. That's going to be 6 millimeters, not down here, up here. And this is not a stitch, that's your knot. Just going to pull that tight, and we're going to ignore that. Most patterns call to chain 1 or 2 or 3, depending on what you're doing, and turn your work. If you're crocheting in the round, which is what I do to make purses and bags, then you're going to keep going around and around and around, and eventually it will go up into a bag shape or purse shape. But right now we're not doing that. We're just turning our work, and you would go into this one, depending on what your pattern says, okay? Now, to double crochet in the US, which is a triple in UK, you're going to go over the loop first, then go into your stitch, pull. Now you have 3, you're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2. In a stitch, some patterns call for single front post or back post, but normally a stitch is both of these, both stitches. You want to make sure you get both of those. See how my hook is through both? If you could do back post only, it would look like this. But regular is through both. You might want to look at it through the top, and that shows you where the stitch is. That's a single crochet. To do a double, yarn over first, go in, grab your yarn, pull it through, yarn over again, go through 2, yarn over again, go through 2. For treble, you would yarn over twice, go through, pull up, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's a treble. And that's the basics for crochet. Like I said, this is just single. Yarn over. This would be a double. And that There's a treble. My yarn's pulling. 2, 2, and 2. Okay, those are just basics. Now, what I've been working on today is this cute little corner to corner. Now this, I found it very intimidating when I first started it, but once I got going, it's so simple, and look how pretty that is. You just keep going until you get the width that you want, whether it be a scarf or a baby blanket or however wide you want it. Then, to stop going this way, you just slip stitch all the way up, and then you start filling in this area, and it will go straight up on you. It's really, actually very simple. What you do to do a corner to corner, make your slip knot, and you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and into the 4th one from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert your hook, make a double crochet. It's going to look like this. Yarn over and do the same thing on those last 2 stitches. And that is actually your first row. Now, to get started is the hardest. It goes really easy and fast once you get past the first row or 2. We're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and do a double crochet into that 4th chain, and then into the last 2. One single crochet, double crochet into those last 2. So that's your 6. Now you got something that looks like this. All you have to do is flip this up. See, take this, flip it straight up. Now see this hole? You go in there, all you do is grab your yarn and just pull it right through. That's a slip stitch. Okay, now you're going to chain 3. And that chain 3 is going to act as your first double crochet. Then we do 3 more double crochet for a total of 4. Oops. Okay, so you're going to have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets. Now this is the end of your row, so we're going to do the 6th again. You're just going to keep climbing the stairs is what we do. And every time we get to this edge, we do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to double crochet into the 4th one. I don't count 4, I just count 2. 1, 2, and I know it's the one next to it. Makes it a little easier. Double crochet into the last 2. Let me get my yarn here. Okay. That last one. Now, this is what we look like right now, okay? I'm going to take this, flip it up. Okay, that's it. Take it, flip it up. That big hole right there, go in there, grab your yarn, pull it through, right through there for slip stitch. Now, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then make 3 more double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we have another hole, so we're just going to do the same thing. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Now 3 more double crochet. Okey-dokey-dokey-doke. It's really simple once you get the hang of it. And just fly. I can even do this while watching TV by feel. Okay, now we're at the end again, so I'm going to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over to make a double crochet. I go 1, 2, and I go to the next one next to it. I know that's the 4th. Come on. Oopsie daisy, what did I do wrong? And the last 2. Okay, now what we have is this. What do? Flip it up. That big hole right there. Slip stitch. Now we're gonna chain 3. That's our first double crochet. Double crochet 3 more times. Slip stitch into this big hole. Chain up 3. 3 more double crochets. Slip stitch into this big hole. Chain up 3. 3 double crochets. Then 6. Once we've done our 6, we do into the 4th, into each one. Then you flip. Just keep flipping. And pretty soon you'll end up with something that looks like this. And you could do a scarf, you could do a blanket, baby blanket. Whenever you're done your width, you start, when you get to this end, you might want to put a stitch marker here so you know this is the end that you want to stop. You just keep slip stitching up this, and you will keep growing it on this side. So that's a little bit of information that I've learned throughout my wonderful experience with crochet. I absolutely love crochet, and I'll do a knitting one next. Have a great, wonderful day, everybody, and be blessed.